Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all are fine. As we are on the chapter The Adventures of Dying Detective, and we have completed exercise A, question number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and today we are going to continue with exercise A, question number H, I, J, and part 1 and 2. So first of all, open your books and registers, come to page number 41. Here are exercises given to you. Okay, let's come to our first exercise, that is exercise A, question number H. These questions are more difficult. Discuss them first. Question number H is, which detail, not including the revelation that he is a murderer, create the impression that Culverton Smith is an unpleasant person? Answer H. His dearest hobby is investigating a deadly disease for malicious reason. There is no good feeling between him and Holmes, our hero, because he has a grudge against Holmes. He is unwelcoming to Watson. He appears to smile maliciously at the news that Holmes is ill and then pretend to be concerned. He seems to enjoy Holmes' distress and only give him water so that he can tell him how he has made him ill or killed him before he dies. He has a nasty voice, and when he has been caught, he says that he will lie in court. Question number I. What clues are there in the story that Holmes was not really ill? Answer I. He shows a gleam of recognition when Watson arrives. He leaps out of bed to stop Watson from leaving to fetch Dr. Anstrey. He shouts to Watson to leave the box on the mantelpiece alone. He is very clever in order he gave Watson. Inspector Morton seems to smile when Watson tells him Holmes is very ill. He speaks in his normal voice as soon as he has had some water and heard Mr. Culverton Smith's confession. Now come to the last question. Question number J. How does Holmes make sure that Watson does not guess that he is pretending? Why do you think he needs Watson to believe he is very ill? Answer J. Holmes makes sure that Watson does not guess that he is pretending by making him stand back and by keeping the lights low. He needs Watson to believe he is very ill so that Watson can convince Mr. Culverton Smith and bring him to Holmes. Now come to the next exercise. This is exercise A, part 2. Comment on the italicized words in the following sentences. Here are some words given to you, but before exercise A, part 2, first come on page number 38. Here you will see a question while reading in a box. What is your impression of Mr. Culverton Smith? Here is the answer of while reading. Mr. Culverton Smith is presented as two-faced, which gives us a clue not to trust him. And now come to page number 41. Here is again a box given to you. Challenge. Have you ever been ill? Use your experience or your imaginations to write a description of how a person feels, acts, and moves when they have an illness, such as the flu, a fever, or tonsillitis. Okay, so here you have to define that when you are ill, what you feel or what what you do when you are ill. Challenge. Here is a challenge, and you have to complete it by yourself. Now come to the exercise 2, exercise A, part 2. Comment on the italicized words in the following sentences. Here are some sentences given to you, and you have to comment on these sentences. Okay, the italicized word in question in part A is I could stand no more of it. Here you can see stand is italicized. I could stand no more of it. To not to be able to stand something means to be unable to tolerate something due to a strong dislike or disgust. The landlady hated to see Mr. Holmes suffering and could no longer tolerate inaction. She insisted on getting a doctor. Sentence number B. The sight of me brought a gleam of recognition to his eyes. Here the italicized words are sight of me and gleam of recognition. The sight of me brought a gleam of recognition to his eyes. When Holmes sees Watson, his friend, he looks at him. Gleam is often used to indicate an expression in the eye that shows that someone is amused or has a secret. Sentence C. You are not yourself. A sick man is but a child. That means to be yourself is to act naturally according to your character and instincts. But Watson insists that Holmes' illness is making him act like someone who does not fully knows themselves. Sentence number D. You will soften him, Watson. You will soften him, Watson. To soften someone is to weaken their resistance to someone or something. Holmes wants Watson to get the expert on his illness to come to him despite the grudge he holds against Holmes. Sentence number E. It was with a sinking heart that I. Heart sink means to feel uneasy, apprehensive, disappointed, or discouraged. When Watson re enters Holmes' bedroom, he is uneasy because he is worried that his health will have a deteriorated further. Deteriorated means worst condition. Sentence number F. And don't budge whatever happens. And don't budge whatever happens. Don't budge means don't move. Holmes wants Watson to stay hidden. Okay, so you have to do all this work in your registers. Make sure that you are going to write down date and day and do a proper work and copy down the questions as well from the book. If you still have any difficulty, you can ask in the group.